Hello, everyone. My name is Brendan Snyder. Thank you so much for joining me for this discussion topic on my love-hate relationship with Amazon. With so many record stores closing and the ones that do remain are not stocking new releases, or if they do, it's only the most popular artists, which isn't always the things that we want, right? I've had to turn my music purchasing to Amazon. And look, there's a lot of great things to love about the online retailer, so I definitely have positives to say as well, but there's equally as much that I hate about them. And we're going to dive into all of that in just a bit. But before we do, if you're new to my channel and haven't already hit the subscribe button, please click the button. Also leave a comment, hit like, all those things help support my channel. I would greatly appreciate it. And of course, as an added bonus, by subscribing, you'll be able to stay up to date on all that's going on in the world of music, just like this, with this discussion topic on my love-hate relationship with Amazon. So we're going to kick things off and talk about the parts that I love about them. As I said, there is a lot of great stuff to love about Amazon. First off, they offer Prime 2-day shipping on things. So that's one of the reasons that I go to Amazon, because I can get stuff fast. The other part of that is that I like my new releases right away. So a lot of the new releases, if you have Prime, are guaranteed to be delivered on release day. And so a lot of you guys have seen me. I've done unboxings and reviews on the day an album comes out. Well, that's because I have Prime. Amazon delivers on release day, and so I get it that way. So that's one of the things right there that is so great that I love about Amazon. Now, the other thing is that their availability on stuff is endless. Like, you can get just about anything you can imagine from Amazon. From books to music, stereo equipment to appliances, clothing to accessories. You can get groceries, pharmaceutical needs. It's pretty much like whatever you want, and there's just so much more stuff that you can't even imagine that it turns out that they actually stock and have. One of the other things that I love about them is Marketplace, their third-party reseller. And so with that, you can get all kinds of things that are out of print, used. You can get them for cheaper prices than what Amazon is selling it for brand new. So you get a lot of options on Amazon. If you don't want to buy Amazon, for some of these reasons we're going to discuss about why I don't like them, there's always Marketplace. And so you can buy through the third-party reseller, who oftentimes does a lot better job than Amazon will. So let's move over to those parts of things that I'm talking about that I don't like about Amazon, the parts that I hate about Amazon, right? And we all have these. Part of the reason I'm doing this discussion topic is that I've been hearing from you guys about all of these same things. And so the biggest thing that I know you guys want to talk about and hear about is the damage of things that we get from Amazon. It's due to the poor packaging. When they ship these things, they put these things in these bubble envelopes that have no protection, and the stuff gets, kicked around in mail, and it gets crushed, it gets cracked, it gets dented, all kinds of things. So I mean, first off, we get CD cases that have cracks running through them, like you can see there. And this is one that's got a sticker on it that I want to keep, the hype sticker. So you can't replace that case when it gets cracked like that. That's always unfortunate. Then you get ones where the spines are actually crushed flat when they're supposed to be like this. I've got a few of these. This one here, I've kind of tried to bend back into place, but you can see that there's a bend running down that whole thing there. And it just really kills it. I get other ones, the latest ABBA one. You can see it in there. I'm trying to get it, there you go. You can see how it got crushed. And again, I did my best to bend it back into place, but you end up with that. And another one here, this one, if you can see all the little bends and dents along that spine on it, just unfortunate. Now it goes a step further with that is sometimes I get them, and again, if I can get this to appear in here, sorry, there it is. So you see the cut mark that runs all the way through that? This happens when this one here's got dents all along the top of it, but then it's also got the cut mark in it right there. So this is a thing where when the workers are cutting into the boxes to open them, to take them out, to distribute them, they cut with that X-Acto blade too deep into it, and it goes right through the center of the spine. That's how that happens. I don't so much care when I find that on a plastic jewel case, but on these digipacks, You can't replace those. And so imagine these are the ones that got by my eye that I missed when they arrived, because I return these things. If I see that on mine, it is an automatic return to Amazon. So I've had ones that are 10 times worse than what you guys are seeing here, because I don't keep them. So I don't really have a lot of examples to show you in terms of that sort of stuff, but I send the stuff back when that happens. Box sets that get dented corners on them. And again, you have to imagine this to being a lot worse than what I'm showing you here, because this is one that I said, okay, I can live with that. I can stomach it, so I keep it. But I've gotten other ones where the spine of this was split down the side, ripped open on it, like something crushed the top of it. I mean, I've had some really bad ones arrive. This one here was one they said don't ship back to them. And it might be a little hard to see, but at the bottom of this, if I can get it to come out, there you go. So this one had cracked to the point that it had split on the bottom. They didn't even want it back. So that's just been sitting in my closet, not knowing necessarily what to do with it, because the music is fine, but because it's a digipack with one of these plastic inserts, and these things break all the time, or these get bent where they crack at the top and at the bottom of the thing. And again, you know, as a music collector, we don't want these things broken. And I don't understand why Amazon can't understand that. They will ship a thing of plastic bags to me in cardboard box with bubble wrap around it, but then they'll ship CDs and box sets. They ship to me a $250 box set that came with no protection whatsoever and damage, and then they ship to me a $15 box of plastic bags in cardboard, plastic wrap, everything to it, and it didn't need to be protected. So it's like the logic to them doesn't make any sense. The other thing with this is, aside from the damages of things like that, then you've got stuff where they are now selling CDRs, burned CDs instead of factory pressed originals. I understand this is in an agreement with the record labels. It is legitimate. It is official. The problem is Amazon doesn't promote it properly. It's always very, very fine print when it tells you it is a CDR. And I wouldn't even care if it was a CDR if they reproduced all of the art, and they don't. Oftentimes, only the front cover is reproduced, and there's nothing with the back, just a list of track listing, nothing on the inside. But if it does come with all the art, it's really, really poor quality. It's very grainy, it doesn't have the same punch to it, and it's often missing part of the original artwork in the way that it is done. And so it really blows my mind that they can do that and send that to, again, us collectors, when still in print are original ones. You just have to go to the store or somewhere else to get it now. You got to go to those third parties. And then the other thing being where items aren't described in terms of what is shipped to you. You get some, it's told you it's going to be one thing and something else arrives. And so I've had this happen just recently with the Guess Who, in this case, the album American Woman from 1970. So this was said to be one of what the other Guess Who albums are, and it's a little hard to see here, but the Iconoclast reissues from Sony Records. And this one came, and it's on Buddha Records. It is not the Iconoclast. This one here is from earlier, I think it's like 2000, and these here are from much later, 2015. So you're getting something where probably the remastering on this isn't even the same as it would have been, but they promoted it, telling me it was the Sony Records Iconoclast version of it, and I sent one back, and then I asked for the replacement so I could get the right thing, told them that it was not as described. Then they sent me the exact same thing again. I'm keeping it because that's the only way I've been able to get the album so far, unfortunately. So I am being forced to take something that is not what they said it was, because it's the only thing that I can get a hold of, which is really, really unfortunate and saddening to me that that sort of stuff happens on here. And so, in the end of the day, with all of this complaining and whatnot, there's still a lot of stuff to love about Amazon. They're the cheapest place to order from. They do have an excellent return policy. I've never had any hassles with them returning any of the damaged stuff. It's just that it is a hassle having to go through it. You receive something in the mail, you're excited for it, you open it, it's damaged. You've got to go through a 2 to 3, 4 or 5 day return process before you get the next one back. And who knows? I've had it where 2 in a row have arrived damaged. I've had to do it a third time. I've had it where the 2 that have arrived after have been worse than the first one that's arrived, and I've ended up keeping the first one. So, sometimes you just can't win with all of this. And I would just say this: if I could ask Amazon to take one point out of all of this to heart, to do one thing, I would plead with them to provide better packaging to their music items that they are shipping, to stop using the bubble mailers, to move to some sort of cardboard packaging around it, not something where the thing can jostle. It has to be tight in there because those bubble mailers provide zero protection. Now, unfortunately, Amazon will probably not watch this. I know you guys are watching it. You feel the same. Maybe we can start a conversation about this because it's just ridiculous, right? So there you go. That is my love-hate relationship with Amazon. I'm sure you guys have much the same about it to say. Let me know your thoughts. In terms of related videos, I'm going to leave a link in the description to my discussion topic for physical format music versus streaming music, because it's sort of related to this idea about how much we love to get our physical format music, and this being one of those issues with it. But in all, again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Take care, and I'll talk to y'all real soon. Bye-bye, guys.